We're living in a really difficult time right now, and it's unprecedented times. It is heartbreaking what's going on in the world. It's difficult to take in. It feels powerless. While we're also really overstimulated, we're burnt out from life. There's a lot that our nervous system is taking on. There's a lot that our body's taking on. There's a lot that mentally we're taking on, emotionally we're taking on. And also on top of that, living in this tension of uncertainty of the future. There's rapid change going on, and the impacts of technological advances on what that means for life as we know it. And that is a very difficult space to be existing within. So there's nothing wrong with you if you're finding this moment in history really difficult. You're not failing at life. You're not failing at being resilient. I know we feel like we should be, we know we like there's that tendency to go, oh, I need to be more this. And we all have our survival mechanisms for that as well. And but like recognizing that life is genuinely demanding on our human nervous system right now is really important. And to acknowledge that our exhaustion isn't a personal flaw. And this video in particular, this tap is for people who are dealing with that in survival mode that is around like high functioning. So like being very vigilant. It's about pushing through, performing, holding it together, often for others as well, in order to survive. So this kind of feeling of being braced, this like having to like hold everything, like the burden of being responsible. Potentially even just like this kind of need to be vigilant in a way that you are high functioning. And if you stop being high functioning, what does that mean for you? It like your safety mechanism is essentially to perform, to push through, to keep going for yourself and for others. And this isn't paranoia. This is just a pure basic survival mechanism that you're experiencing. And essentially, it's your human sort of survival intelligence trying to track unstable terrain that you're currently experiencing. And none of these responses mean anything about you and who you are. And it's important for us to like recognize that we are existing within a difficult time. And these responses mean that you're human in a time that requires more care than most people are able to receive right now. And we were never meant to do this alone. We're not evolutionarily, not emotionally, not biologically. We weren't meant to be existing like this alone. And we live in a particularly individualistic society that kind of pushes for that individualist way of survival. And so our like greatest thing that we're missing right now is feeling safe and togetherness, and particularly co-regulation. The longing for to be held, the longing for someone to say, I've got you, the longing to feel safe enough to be able to put down your armor and your survival and your ways and needs of weights to survive. So these aren't selfish desires, they're basic human needs. And so I've designed an EFT tap. For those of you that haven't never done EFT tapping, it involves tapping on different points of your body and dialoguing with ourselves as we do. Now, I will take you through the points. So you basically do what I do, say what I say, and you repeat the script that I'm giving you. And the reason we tap is to regulate our body while we're also activating our psyche. So it's doing those two things. It's regulation plus activation of our psyche to pay attention to what we're saying. And so this tap is and it's a very integrative approach. So we're looking at being able to feel, to observe, being able to express, being able to feel validated and understood and seen and felt, and doing that for ourselves. And it's quite a self-healing technique. And being able to bring some acceptance to ourselves, reducing the resistance in the way that we do that, and to then enable us to be able to create a different possibility for ourselves. And in particular for this is really just to be able to like create more safety internally where we don't feel safe in the world, and creating that safety so that you can feel like you can just take your armor off a little bit, just to be able to create that a little bit more peace in a time that is very difficult. Um, and specifically designed for this sort of survival, high functioning survival mode. So if you do what I do, say what I say, I'll take you through this approach. And if some of the words don't land with you, that's absolutely fine. Change them. If something else comes up in your mind as we're going through, and you feel like, oh, actually that this is more my experience, then change the words. Like that, I'm just giving a more general understanding of potentially this survival approach, but you can change the words to whatever feels true for you, because that's what's important, because that's what will resonate and make change in your brain and be able to create that, like reduce that resistance and need for survival, and be able to and allow for neuroplasticity to change our neural pathways of how we protect ourselves and how we feel. So please change the words if that lands. Notice where something really lands in your body, and where it doesn't. And yeah, if there's anything, there'll be points where maybe I will ask you to really like notice yourself and how you're feeling, because that might differ for other people. So just check into your body, somatically, notice where there's sensations in your body, and just observe as much as you can, but create that observance, that noticing, that recognizing yourself in it. All right, so let's start. Just begin by taking a big deep breath and letting out a big sigh. And just land in your body right now. Notice the seat beneath you if you're sitting down. Notice the floor beneath your feet. And just notice that you're grounded and safe in this moment. And there's nowhere else you need to be right in this moment. And just bring into your mind this, like how you're feeling right now. Notice the intensity of emotion. Recognize the intensity of your emotion right now versus when you're feeling really triggered, or when you're feeling it most intensely. So just recognize that the emotions, this need to keep going, this need to push, this need to perform, this need to function, potentially for yourself, but also potentially for everyone else, to be safe. And notice where you feel tense in your body. So if your chest feels tight, if your jaw is locked, maybe your jaw hurts, whether or not your shoulders feel kind of permanently lifted, or you're bracing for impact at all. Just notice like whether there's any tension in your body. You don't need to change it or do anything about it. It's just noticing that it's there and recognizing if and when your body is able to rest at any point, or if you're always like this, if you're always on. And just also noticing what particular times in life you're feeling most tense, when you're most on. And just allow that tension to come up. And as you do that, if you could just start by tapping on your collarbones. So there's no right or wrong way of tapping, in the sense that like I will tell you where to tap, but if you are in a different point, then that's absolutely fine. It's very forgiving, so don't feel like you have to follow to exactly the way that I'm doing it. If you want to move forward, if you know what the taps are, there's spaces for tapping, but we can start on our collarbones right now. And as we do that, let's just again recognize how you feel and just be present with that right now. And say what I say, do what I do. Even though it feels relentless, I'm choosing to notice and the way that I feel here. Carry on tapping on your collarbones. Even though I feel like there are expectations everywhere, I'm completely safe in my body to feel this right now. Take a big deep breath. And out a sigh. And if you need to, just recognize and come back to this anytime. Just recognize the floor beneath your feet and the seat beneath you and the safety. So if you're starting to feel at all like the emotions are too tense, come back to your grounding. Even though it all feels relentless and I have to keep going, I'm willing and open to accept myself here. And even though I have to keep going to feel safe, I'm allowing myself the possibility to be able to let go of this a little. Take a big deep breath. And just come to your heart space, tap on your heart space. It feels relentless. These expectations. I don't know which ones are mine anymore. Tap on the front of your ribs. I'm so burnt out, but I have to keep going. Tap on the side of your ribs. Thinking ahead makes me feel uneasy. Notice where that unease comes up. Let's go to your wrist, which comes down from your little finger, where your pulse point is. Notice where you feel it in your body, whether or not you feel dizzy. That's normal. That's a survival mechanism. Whether your stomach drops. This feeling of thinking ahead. I just have to push forward. Let's go to your thumb. I've adapted so many times. Let's go to your pointer finger. I've stretched and reshaped myself again and again to survive. Go to your middle finger. And I'm running out of ways to cope. Go to the other side of your ring finger. But I have to keep going. Let's go to the top of the little finger. I'm so scared I'll get to the point I can't do it anymore. Go to your karate chop. That I can't keep going anymore. And what then? And just recognize in this moment how that makes you feel. If you can't keep functioning at the level that you're functioning, if you can't keep pushing, if you can't keep performing, if you can't keep holding it together, what happens? That fear of like it or you not being able to carry on anymore in that way, functioning in that way. What if? What happens then? And just notice any tension that comes up in your body, the intensity that you're feeling, the discomfort that you're feeling in particular. Just notice what comes up there. This is all information to us. It's all useful. Take a big deep breath and let out a sigh. Okay, let's go to the top of your head. Just tap the top of your head like this. This part of me that has to keep going. Let's go to your temples. But I'm exhausted. But I have to keep going. Go to your eyebrows and then your temples. I can't stop. Go to your cheeks. Because if I rest, if I stop pushing, stop holding it together, go to your top of your lip, everything will fall apart. Go to the bottom of your lip. And what then? Take a big deep breath. What happens if everything falls apart? Go to your collarbones. I'm so scared that if I can't carry on performing, pushing, holding everything together for everyone. I'm scared something bad will happen, that everything will collapse. And just here, notice how that feels for you, what really comes up for you, what are you most scared of will happen here, and just say that out loud for yourself. That might be different for everybody. And take a big, deep breath. And let out a sigh. And just keep tapping. Tap your heart space. And even though I've been functioning in this way, surviving in this way for so long, I'm open to noticing how I feel here. Take a big deep breath. Oh. And you may be feeling like, as you're having this space to express in yourself, that you maybe are yawning, or you're noticing sort of tingles, or like even sometimes people kind of get wind. All of that is absolutely fine. This is emotion that's moving through your body. So it's just like emotional energy that is coming up and being allowed to be expressed in a way that has been suppressed before. So there's nothing wrong with that. Just allow that to be. And just repeat after me. I want to rest because I'm so tired, but it's not safe. Let's go to the top of your ribs. This part of me that won't let me rest because it's not safe. I'm choosing to notice this part of myself that needs to protect myself in this way. Let's go to the side of your ribs, or you can hug yourself and tap the side of your rib cage. I'm choosing to notice how long I've been protecting myself in this way. Take a big deep breath. And just let out a big sigh. Go to your wrist. You can do either hand, it doesn't matter. This part of me that has been protecting me in this way for so long, I'm choosing to recognize this part of myself. Let's go to your thumb. I'm choosing to notice this part of myself. Take a big deep breath. Ooh. Let's go to your pointer finger. It is safe for me to feel this part of myself that has been protecting me for so long. And just in your mind's eye, just recognize how you've been protecting yourself for so long. And recognize this part that's been keeping you safe in this way. Let's go to your middle finger and repeat after me. Even though I've been protecting myself in this way for so long, I'm choosing to accept myself here. Let's take a big deep breath. And just notice if any resistance comes up to that. That's fine if it does. If you're resistant to it, that's absolutely fine. If you're not, then brilliant. I'm just going to do a sentence to enable us to lean into that resistance if it's there. Let's go to the other side of our ring finger. Even though resistance to acceptance of this part of myself is coming up, it's safe for me to feel. It's safe for me to recognize myself here. I am safe in this moment to see myself here. Take a big deep breath. And now a big sigh. Let's go to your little finger. I'm choosing to notice this part of me that's been protecting me for so long. and how exhausted I am. Let's go to your karate chop. Take a big deep breath if you need to. Remember to keep breathing as we go through. Even though I've been protecting myself in this way, and I'm exhausted by it, I'm open to forgiving myself here. Take a big deep breath. Oh. I'm thanking myself for keeping me safe for so long. And just recognize here this part of you that has been working so hard for so long to keep yourself safe in this way. It learned that it needed to. It learned that it needed to hold everything together. And you can just take a moment to recognize this part and that it's been working so hard for so long. Just give it some kindness, compassion, and gratitude to yourself right now for working so hard for so long. Go to the top of your head. Do 2 hands or 1, it's up to you. I want to rest, but it's not safe for me to rest. Take a big deep breath. Let's go to your eyebrows. If I stop, I'm scared everything will fall apart. Let's go to your temple. So I hold it all together. I keep going. Let's go to your cheekbones. I have to keep going. Let's go to the top of your lip. I have to hold it all together for myself and for others. Take a big deep breath. Let out a sigh. Let's go to the bottom of your lip. But I'm exhausted. Take a big deep breath. And let's go to your collarbones and repeat after me. Even though I'm exhausted, I'm giving myself permission to be exhausted right here, right now, for as long as I need to be. And just as you give yourself that permission, take a big deep breath and just lean into that exhaustion. And notice if you need to that you're safe in this moment to feel exhausted and that there's nowhere you need to be right now. There's nothing that you need to be doing. If you need to, notice the ground beneath your feet, the seat beneath you if you're sitting down. And just give yourself the permission to feel exhausted. You're tired because you've been carrying more than your one human nervous system was ever meant to hold, particularly to hold alone. And what you need right now is just permission to soften without any consequence, which is why we come back to the safety. We've got the tapping, creating a safe space that in this moment that you can soften and just there not be any consequence to just you being able to feel exhausted right now and that being okay. Because your lived experience, what you've learned from the world is that when you rest, things go wrong. But what you're looking for is that if you rest, the world might not collapse. What if the world doesn't collapse if you rest? What if you're not alone and that actually others can support you or hold the space. I'm holding the space for you right now to give you the support, but even if briefly, just to be able to feel this exhaustion, to rest in this moment and let yourself breathe. So take a big deep breath and take it from your belly and just let out a big sigh. And as you do, just notice your body softening. And that right now in this space, it is okay for you to do that. And there might be some resistance to that, and that is still okay. That's fine. Just tap on your heart space. And if you have resistance to that, just repeat after me. Even though there's resistance to me softening in this space right now, I'm allowing myself the possibility to notice that I'm safe in this moment. I'm accepting myself in this moment. Take a big deep breath. Now, a big sigh. It's important for us to know that none of these survival patterns are mistakes, and that at some point you learned that pushing through was the most intelligent option available to you. You learned that that was going to keep you safe. And so your nervous system was doing exactly what it was designed to do, keeping you safe. And you're not wrong or broken for coping in this way. It's just one form of survival. But it's also important for us to recognize that what we've learned in the world, particularly what we learned when we were younger, isn't necessarily a strategy that is helpful now. And that then potential other possibilities for ourselves, and maybe you're outgrowing those strategies that once seemed essential for you to survive, but now is potentially causing you too much exhaustion, and maybe you're scared that you can't keep going at that level because you're too exhausted and it feels like everything's piling on top because there's so much going on in the world. There's so much rapid change. There's so much that we're taking in. We're like constantly being fed some kind of stimulation, whether that be content, news, work, life, people, everything around us is going at such a speed that that survival mechanism that maybe worked for you before might not be working anymore, or there might be a fear, or maybe you're just burnt out from it. Maybe it's just become too much. So we're just going to bring some acceptance to the part of you that's been working so hard for so long. So you take a big deep breath, a big sigh. Let's go back to the top of our heads. This part of me that's been working so hard for so long, I'm choosing to recognize and see how hard you try. Let's go to your eyebrows. I see how tired I am. Let's go to the side of your eyes, your temples. And even though I've been working so hard for so long in this way, I'm choosing to bring some acceptance to myself here with compassion and kindness. Take a big deep breath. A big sigh. Let's go to your cheekbones. No wonder I feel this way. No wonder I'm exhausted. Go to the top of your lip. I learnt to cope this way at a really young age. And I'm exhausted. And I'm choosing to accept myself here. Take a big deep breath. Go to the bottom of your lip. It is safe for me in this moment to bring compassion and kindness to myself here in the way that I survive and protect myself. Take a big deep breath. And let's go to your collarbones. And just notice your body right now. Notice if any resistance is coming up to that. And just, if you can, bring a wave of compassion for yourself. If it helps to visualize something, you can imagine giving yourself a hug. You can even try and imagine that young version of you, of when you learnt to do this, when you learnt to survive this way. If you have any memories or any sense of that young version of yourself that learnt to push harder, learnt to perform, learnt to hold everything together for yourself and for others. And just bring some compassion to that part of yourself. And just recognizing that our nervous systems don't exist in a vacuum and that there's a lot going on right now. And you're responding normally to an abnormal environment of economic instability, global uncertainty, technological acceleration, and social fragmentation. You're not malfunctioning. You're just responding to what's in front of you, and that's okay. And let's just tap on our heart space a second and repeat after me. So much is going on in the world and in my life. Too much for me to care about. And still keep going. Take a big deep breath. And maybe you feel guilty for tuning out. Just bring some compassion here, and that's okay. But you have to focus on pushing through, because if you don't, you might drown, or you might feel like you might drown, or something bad's going to happen. So just notice that here. Take a big deep breath. Now a big sigh. Just repeat after me. Even though I've been working to protect myself in this way for so long, I'm open and willing to love myself here. Or I'm open and willing to love myself anyway. Take a big deep breath. And just notice what comes up for you there, whether there's any resistance. And maybe if there's resistance, we need to forgive ourselves. So just repeat after me. Even though I've been exhausting myself by protecting myself in this way, I choose to forgive myself here. Take a big deep breath. Let's go to the front of your ribs. And it might be that we have some underlying beliefs there. So I'm just going to read out a few underlying beliefs and just notice if any of these land for you. You can tap on the side of your ribs. Just notice if any of these land for you and if they resonate, basically. You'll be able to feel it if they do. And when maybe there might be one, maybe there might be a few, but just notice what those are, because we're going to use that belief that you have, that underlying belief that you might have about yourself, about the world, and use that in the next thing. So you'll be able to use the one that resonates for you. So if you just tap on your wrist as I read them out, and we'll keep tapping as I read. So just notice what lands here. So the first one is, if I stop, everything will fall apart. And you can say these out loud because they will land better if you say them out loud. So if I stop, everything will fall apart. Just notice what comes up there. Let's go to the top of your thumb. My worth is measured by how much I can handle. Or it might be that my worth is measured by how much I do. Anything along those lines, whatever words come up for you in that, with that belief. Let's go to your pointer finger. Rest is something I have to earn. Take a big deep breath. I don't get to fall apart. Let's go to your middle finger. There is no safety net. Or it might be that that comes out in a way that is, the world isn't safe. Let's go to the other side of your ring finger. I am only okay if I'm coping. Take a big deep breath if you need to. Remember to keep breathing through these. Let's go to your little finger. Needing help makes me a burden. Let's go to your karate chop. The world expects me to be strong. Or this might come through as other people expect me to be strong. Take a big deep breath. Let out a big sigh. Let's go back to our wrist. My feelings are inconvenient. And let's go to your thumb. There is no room for softness. Or this might come out as I'm not allowed to be weak. I have to be strong. Take a big deep breath. And just notice which of those ones felt like the most relevant for you, the one that landed the most. And if there was more than one, that's fine. You can always we'll go through the belief set here, and you can always just rewind a little bit and do it for the next one, for like another one if you need to. Okay, so let's go to your pointer finger, the top of your pointer finger. This belief that I have, and then say aloud the belief that you have. So this belief that I have, that I don't get to fall apart. I'm just going to use that one, but you use your own. Let's go to your middle finger. I'm choosing to notice this belief that I have. Let's go to the other side of your ring finger. No wonder I believe this. I was trying to make sense of the world, and it might be trying to make sense of the situation, like however that comes up for you. So I was just trying to make sense of the world. And this helped me make sense of it. Let's go to your little finger. So no wonder I've been protecting myself in this way. Let's go to your karate chop. This belief that I have, and repeat the belief again. What if I'm wrong? And just sit with that. Let that land a minute, that question of what if you're wrong. It's okay if like resistance comes up to that to protect yourself. That's all right. Just notice that. Take a big deep breath. Let's go to the top of our head. I learnt this at such a young age, but maybe I got it wrong. Let's go to your eyebrows. Maybe learning this belief or taking on this belief just helped me make sense. Let's go to your temples. But what if it doesn't make sense anymore? Go to your cheekbones. What if I'm wrong? Take a big deep breath. I have a big sigh out. Let's go to your top of your lip. And just notice what's coming up in your body now that you've brought up this kind of question of yourself or whether this belief is wrong. And just notice any sensations. Notice if there's resistance. Notice if there's like a, relief or like a sense of like inquisitiveness. It might be that you've got a bit of mix, like a bit of resistance, but also like, oh, interesting. What if I am wrong? Kind of thing. Go to the bottom of your lip. And let's just take a moment to notice the part of yourself that made sense of the world in this way, that took on this belief. And maybe you can feel into what age that was, but it doesn't matter if you can't. Just sense the versions of yourself. And also notice how then you found proof that this belief was right through the years. That every time maybe you did rest or stop or did let go or let someone else deal with something, it went wrong or something went wrong. Just notice when like those times happened, like let's go to your collarbones, potentially as ways to like underpin proof of underpinning this belief. Take a big deep breath. Oh. And it's important for us to know that the way that our system works, the way that our brain works, is that it will always be looking for proof. It's always looking to find proof of what it believes. And so, of course, you found proof of that belief because your brain, your nervous system, your being is alert and looking for it. That's a survival technique. So that proof, what if that proof is because you've been looking for it and you found proof of it? And just recognizing that if you had been looking for proof of a different belief, your brain, your nervous system would have likely found proof for that alternative belief. And just notice if that unlocks any resistance in your body to the idea that maybe this belief that you're holding is wrong. Just notice what comes up in your body here. Notice what comes to mind, like if you've got any kind of niggling thoughts come in or any resistance. Take a big deep breath. Just let out a big sigh. And let's just tap in a bit further into this idea of what might happen if this belief that you are holding currently, what might happen if it's true. So I'm scared of being found out. Just notice if that's true for you. Let's go to the front of your ribs. If I stop performing or being competent, then what's left? Take a big deep breath. Let's go to the side of your ribs. Everyone relies on me. Just notice if that feels true to you. Let's go to your wrist. Just remember to keep breathing. But no one sees how much effort it takes to hold it all together. Take a big deep breath here. Let's go to your thumb. I'm holding it together for everyone else. Let's go to your pointer finger. But I'm not held. Who's holding me? Take a big deep breath in. Let's go to your middle finger. Why does no one notice how much I'm carrying? Take a big deep breath in. Let's go to the other side of your ring finger. I have to be strong. Let's go to your little finger. And sometimes this makes me resentful or angry. Take a big deep breath here. Let's go to your karate chop. Angry that I can never just let go. Take another big deep breath here. And just notice that anger and that anger being okay to be there. It's all right that that anger exists. We don't have to suppress it. It's safe. It's a safe space right now, a safe container to hold any emotions that come up, whatever those emotions are. Let's go to the top of your head. If I collapse, And just notice the idea of you collapsing and what does this make you feel about yourself if you collapse. Notice not just what might happen around you and the consequences of you collapsing, but notice what this means about you as a person, how you would feel about yourself. Take a big deep breath. Keep remembering to breathe here. There might be a lot coming up for you. Let's go to your eyebrows, middle of your eyebrows. And just notice how your body and mind is responding to this. If I collapse, how will I feel? Let's go to the side of your eyes, so your temples. And just notice what might be coming up. I'm just going to say a few things and see if any of them land for you. And you might already be having things that come to mind for you, how that makes you feel. And you can say them out loud for yourself if that's helpful. So I'm just going to say a few things and you can do whatever, like whatever words are true for you here. I'll be alone. Go to your top lip. There's no one to catch me. Go to your bottom lip. I won't know who I am. Take a big deep breath. Let's go to your collarbones and just notice how you feel about yourself. Notice the emotions, the feelings that come up about yourself. The idea of potentially being rejected or not accepted, that's your role is to hold it all together for everyone else. And what will that mean if you don't do it? How will everyone else feel about you? And how will you feel about yourself? Are you scared of being abandoned here? Is there any shame? Is there any humiliation that comes up if you ask for help? If you collapse, will you feel worthless? Just notice that here. And then we're going to go to our heart space. And whatever is coming up for you personally, I want you to fill in the gaps when we create this scripting here. So even though I feel, and then say if you, for example, if you feel worthless, even though I feel worthless if I collapse, or whatever it is for you. So just fill in, even though I feel if I collapse, I'm choosing to bring some kindness to myself here. It is safe for me to bring compassion to myself here. I'm open and willing to love myself here anyway. Take a big deep breath. Oh. Go back to the top of our head. Even though I feel if I collapse, I'm choosing to accept myself here anyway. Take a big deep breath if you need to. Let's go to your eyebrows. And I'm allowing myself the possibility to have compassion for myself. Go to your temples. What if it's possible that I don't have to hold everything together? Go to your cheekbones. Take a big deep breath. And just notice that whether or not any resistance came up to that, because there might be resistance there, and that's absolutely fine. There's resistance, that's just very normal. We can keep going though. Just trust the process. Just repeat after me. Let's go to the top of your lip. Even if there's resistance here, I'm choosing to accept myself anyway. And I'm allowing myself the possibility of relaxing in this moment. Let's go to the bottom of your lip. Of recognizing that I'm safe in this moment. To let go a little. And just recognize again, just bring your awareness to the safety that you have in this moment, that I'm holding space for you, and that the ground is beneath your feet, the seat is beneath you, you're sitting down. Just notice where your environment and how that's been safe. If that feels safe to you, notice that where you are in your room, the room that you're in. Let's go to your collarbones. What if it's possible that everything won't fall apart? Let's go to your heart space. Maybe it's possible that nothing will fall apart if I soften here. Take a big deep breath. Let's go to the front of your ribs. I like the idea that I'm allowed to rest. Let's go to the side of your ribs. Maybe it's possible that I am safe even when I'm not performing or pushing or holding it together, whatever feels most true for you there. Let's go to your wrist. What if it's possible that rest doesn't lead to collapse? Let's go to your thumb. Maybe it's possible that if I let go of having to hold everything together, everything will still be all right. Take a big deep breath in. Oh. Okay, we're just going to come back to the belief that you had earlier. So recognizing what that belief was. Just remind yourself of what belief you were holding, what felt most resonant for you. Okay. And we're going to go through the opposite of it. So we're going to go back to this belief that I hold, and then say your belief out loud. What if I'm wrong? Let's go to middle finger. What if it's possible that? And just notice what the opposite of that belief would be. So it depends what your belief is. But so, for example, if I stop, everything will fall apart, you can say, what if it's possible that everything will be okay, or that I can trust everything will be okay? Or if it's that there's no safety net, you can say, what if this belief that there's no safety net? What if I'm wrong? What if it's possible I can trust that there is a safety net? So basically, whatever the opposite is. Or if you had to, or if your feelings were inconvenient, for example, what if it's the opposite of that would be, what if it's possible that my feelings are important? Or if you learned or were told that you needed to be strong, not to be weak, like the fear of being weak, or that there's no room for weakness, then you'd say, what if it's possible that I am allowed to soften and still be strong? So you just recognize what the opposite of whatever your belief was there. Okay. We'll keep using that same thing. So we want to build like a staircase basically up to changing this belief. I'm just going to repeat it and then keep using the same opposite of your belief. So we'll go through it again because it will be easier for you to want to build it up like a staircase. So I want to start again. So what if this belief that I hold, say the belief, what if I'm wrong? Let's go to your little finger. What if it's possible? And then say the opposite of the belief. Let's go to your karate chop. Maybe it's possible and say the opposite of the belief here. Take a big deep breath. And then let's switch hands, go to the other side of your, go to your other hand on your breast. I like the idea that it's possible. And then say the opposite of your current belief. Let's go to your thumb. Of course it's possible. Say the opposite of your belief here. Let's go to your pointer finger. It is possible. Say the opposite of your belief. Take a big deep breath. And now go to your middle finger. And I just want you to affirm that new belief as not just a possibility, but a reality. So we've just said it is possible. Now I just want you to say the belief out loud. And just notice how you feel here. And if there's any resistance here, that's absolutely fine. If there isn't, then that's brilliant. But if there's any resistance, you can always come back and do this again. Or just do this, you can repeat that section again, or just come back to acceptance as well. Some compassion, bring some compassion to yourself where the resistance is. Just allow that to be there. And you can always come back to that again. Sometimes the ingrained beliefs don't get removed as easily. We just have to keep being compassionate and kind with ourselves and allowing for the possibility that there's a different way. Let's go to the other side of your ring finger here. I'm allowing myself the possibility to experience ease without guilt. Let's go to your little finger. And even though I've been scared that everything will fall apart, I'm allowing myself the possibility to discover who I am when I'm not in this high functioning mode. Take a big deep breath here. Oh. Let's go to your karate chop. I like the idea that you do not have to hold everything alone. Come to the top of your head. I'm choosing to give myself permission to also have needs. Go to your eyebrows and to meet those needs. Let's go to your side of your temples, because what if it's possible that I am still worthy when I stop striving or working so hard? Take a big deep breath. Oh. Let's go to your cheekbones. Maybe it's possible that my worth is inherent and not earned. I want to repeat that one again. Go to your top of your lips. What if it's possible that my worth is inherent and not earned? Take a big deep breath. Let's go to the bottom of your lips. Maybe it's possible that I am worthy just for existing. Go to your collarbones. I like the idea that I don't have to earn my worth. Take a big deep breath. Let's go to the middle of your heart space. I'm choosing to recognize my worth without it being earned. Take a big deep breath. And that I can feel supported rather than always relied upon. Take a big deep breath here. And then just want to rewire a few more things in. So just for particularly for you to notice what resonates with you here so that they can become ongoing affirmations for you. And if you tap and just bring acceptance and compassion to yourself when you're working so hard, like keep feeling like you need to keep pushing, not collapsing, then you can bring some kindness and compassion to yourself, and then just keep coming back to these belief sets. So the first one is, I am safe in my body. And it might be that you want to come back to, I am safe in my body right now, and come back to that kind of grounding, noticing that in any moment you can remember that you're safe in your body by noticing the floor beneath your feet, the seat beneath you, the environment that you're in, whatever it is that you find can ground you in safety. It might be that you go out into nature and do that, whatever feels good for you. So repeat after me, I am choosing to remember that I can find safety in my body. Take a big deep breath. And even though I've learnt to push and work so hard to keep everything together, I'm allowing myself the possibility to recognize that I belong in this world and am worthy to belong. Take a big deep breath. Even though I'm always holding everything together for other people, I'm allowing myself the possibility to believe and recognize that I also am allowed to receive support. Take a big deep breath. Let out a big sigh. I am choosing to recognize that I am never alone. Just take a big deep breath here. And I just want you to bring your awareness to yourself, to the kind of parent part of yourself, that part that has compassion, this person that you are right now who showed up for yourself to give yourself support, and recognize how in showing up for yourself that you're not alone, that we're all connected and we're all possible. There's a possibility for us all to share in co-regulation, togetherness, shared togetherness and support. And finding safety in that. And that actually at this time, that is one of the most important things that we can do for each other. That you are not the person that has to do that for everyone else, but that this is a shared job. This is co-regulation. And you deserve and are important and worthy of receiving that yourself. Take a big deep breath. And if there's still some fear there, that's absolutely fine. So just recognize that the only fear that comes up, just recognize that right now. And we're going to speak to that. So repeat after me, even though I still have some fear here, I'm allowing myself the possibility to find safety and trust in myself and in others. And I give myself permission to rest and relax with this safety. with this recognition of safety. A big deep breath. And just recognize, just notice in your body the difference between when you started this session and how relaxed you are right now in comparison, and how much safer you feel in resting and giving yourself permission to just, even if it was briefly in this moment, to rest. And just repeat after me. I'm choosing to give my nervous system permission to anchor and stabilize in the safety of rest. Just take a big deep breath. And as you breathe out, just imagine an anchor going from the top of your head all the way down the middle to your root, to where you're sitting, to the ground. Take one more big deep breath. Big sigh out. And then you can just pat yourself all over or give yourself a hug, whatever feels good to you. And just to say, be kind to yourself right now. If you feel tired, that's absolutely fine. If you feel hungry, that's absolutely fine. You've probably moved quite a lot of motion in your body. So just allow yourself to have some kindness to yourself. There's no way that you like particular way that you have to be right now. So just give yourself a bit of kindness, a bit of support, and if you need to come back to this, you can do it again. Or if you feel like a more personalized session on your particular needs would be useful, then you can get in touch. But yeah, just come back to this moment of safety. You can always come back to the tapping in itself just to regulate yourself. If you're feeling fraught or stressed or exhausted, you can just come back and tap and go, even though I'm exhausted, I'm choosing to bring some love and compassion to myself, and just give like yourself the permission to feel safe, to feel exhausted. And tapping will help regulate your body as you do that. So that's always available to you at any time. And that feeling of being safe in that moment is also always available to you at any time. So just remember, you can come back to that feeling at any time. And I hope this has helped. I know that it's a lot right now, and if you are someone who is high functioning in order to survive, then you're probably really feeling exhausted right now, and there might be feeling a lot and too much, and that is okay. And it's also okay if this hasn't like resolved everything, but maybe I hope it's at least given you a moment, a breather to come back to yourself and give yourself the permission that you need to have needs to do that, and also to have the space and safety to do that. So thank you for showing up for yourself, and I feel honored to have been able to hold this space for you.